Welcome to All Sports Talk. This is your host with the most, the NBA guru himself, that talks every day about nothing but all sports. Now, today is a great day, the day after Independence Day. Hope everyone had a great day, a barbecued in time with the fam. But if you have a hangover, wake up, because I have a lot of trade, transactions, and talks to talk about. The triple T's. But first, we're going to talk about the breaking news from yesterday, July 4th. The Hawks, Nuggets, and Clippers have reached a 3-team sign and trade deal that will send free agent Dallinaro Gallinari to the Los Angeles Clippers on a 3-year, $65 million contract. And according to league sources, the Atlanta Hawks will receive Jamal Crawford, Diamond Stone, and a 2018 first-round pick in cash from the Clippers. And Denver will receive Atlanta's 2019 second-round pick. Now, although it is reported that Jamal Crawford agent, he says he wants nothing to do with the Atlanta Hawks organization. As soon as he traded to the Hawks, he wants to buy out from the team so he can ultimately become a free agent. And his agent said he wants to return to New York. I think that's a good fit for Jamal Crawford if he wants to retire. He's 36, going on 37. Although he plays like he's still in his 20s, I think your body will catch up with you after all. But I think Jamal Crawford going to the Knicks, I think that's going to be a perfect place for him to end his career. The Knicks fans still love Jamal Crawford. Who wouldn't want Jamal Crawford on their team, especially if you're in the Mecca, such as in New York? Now, I think that the Knicks still need help. I don't think that Jamal Crawford can change the organization. Again, he's 36. He doesn't have much left to go. He would just be a key role player, maybe off the bench. If not, start for the New York Knicks. They don't have a shooting guard. And what is Courtney Lee? I don't think Jamal Crawford is better than Courtney Lee. Anyway, but staying in yesterday's news, Gordon Hayward, he decided that he was going to sign with the Celtics. Now, we covered this on my channel already. If you haven't heard, go watch that video where Gordon Hayward decided he was going to sign with the Boston Celtics for the big bucks. $128 million deal for 4 years. Now, we're going to do a backstory on Mr. Hayward. He was born March 23rd, 1990, making him 27 years old. And he's from Indiana, a.k.a. Chicago 2.0. He was the 9th pick in the 2010 draft alongside players such as John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, and OKC's new superstar, Paul George. Playing in his rookie year, no one thought Gordon Hayward was going to be the player he is today. He only averaged 5 points. Nobody knew he was going to be an all-star. Now, the second year, though, he went up to 12. His junior year, he went up to 14 points. But nobody knew he was going to average 22 points per game with 4 assists and 5 rebounds. And the guy is shooting 400% from the three-point range. He's a sniper. This is a huge asset to the Boston Celtics. Danny Ainge said, "We are not the 76ers, but you need to trust the process." Skip Bayless went on and said he was the best executive of this year's NBA season. And this summer, he's the worst executive. He has all these draft picks. He has all these valuable assets in the Celtics organization, such as the players, the role players, and the draft picks. And he haven't made a deal for either Jimmy Butler or Paul George. But for some reason, Danny Ainge knew he was going to get Hayward. And alongside the 6'8" rookie Jason Tatum, who I think is the best player in the draft, you can't add a Jimmy Butler and a Paul George and put Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum on the bench. I don't think that will ultimately work. I would think that I wouldn't say that would be in the best interest for the Boston Celtics organization. I'm glad that it didn't happen. I'm glad Danny Ainge took a just wait on these guys. Let's wait for LeBron to age a little bit. When LeBron is aging a little bit, he's going to be 35, 36. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Gordon Hayward, Isaiah Thomas, they're going to be the face of the East. We just got to face it. They're going to be the face of the East, and somehow this team can stay together and work together. I'm pretty sure Brad Stevenson, the head coach, can work out this team in the best way. Now, with that being said, I still don't think they can beat the Cavs. I think LeBron is still in his prime, such as Kyrie, Kevin Love, and he might get a Carmelo, but I don't think they're going to beat the Cavs. I don't think they have enough now. But again, Jason Tatum played his first summer league game and he looked wonderful. He hit the game winner and he had 21 points. So the guy is showing you that he can score in this league. He's a great scorer. He can pull up from the mid-range and shoot it right in your face. So again, this Celtics team's looking really good, man. I'm great. I feel great. I knew Danny Ainge is feeling great. Shout out Tony the Tiger. But comment what you think the Celtics record would be at the end of the season. Will they be eliminated out of the first round? Or would they make the finals or maybe the conference finals again against Cleveland? Who knows? But the Boston Celtics, they've been busy on the low now since they got Gordon Hayward. They be acting a little bit shady. They've been on the phone trying to see what's available for point guard Marcus Smart and small forward Jay Crowder. Both are elite defenders on the wing, but let's talk about a Smart for a while. Marcus Smart averages 10 points per game, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. The guy can ball. He can pull up and shoot from the three at a consistent rate, averaging 360%. He is 6'4" and 200 pounds. That is exactly what you need if you're at Cleveland. If you finished 22nd in defensive efficiency last season. If you need a wing defender that can get up in the grill of elite point guards such as Curry, Chris Paul, James Harden, Westbrook, Marcus Smart will be right there. That's going to be the guy who I will call to get the job done, such as a Tony Allen. Or if you're in another team that's a contender and you need a guy who can defend elite point guards, shooting guards, and small forwards, Jay Crowder is 6'6". He comes with the same intangibles a Marcus Smart does, but he averages a little bit more points at 14 points per game. And he can get the job done like Smart did. Again, now these two guys is very valuable to the Celtics organization last season and the years before that. But now since they have Gordon Hayward and they have Jason Tatum, these guys is not going to be getting as much minutes as they were before. That's why the Celtics are looking to deal them to maybe get some more picks. Or who knows what Danny Ainge has in store for the Celtics, man. But let's talk about something that I'm really, really, really passionate about on today's All Sports Talk podcast / radio. Derrick Rose. Now, there's a lot of talks, trades, and transactions, the triple T's. But Derrick Rose, he's 28 years old. He wanted to meet with the Milwaukee Bucks July 3rd. And it's reported he wants to be a Milwaukee Buck. He will team up with the Greek Freak, a.k.a. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, and Greg Monroe. I think this would be a very solid team in the East. They don't have much three-point shooters they don't have as much three-point shooter. They only have Chris Middleton. If Derrick Rose can somehow, I don't know why he hasn't developed a three-pointer, and he's injured so much. When you're injured, that's when you become a better shooter. Look at all the injuries point guards have faced. Stephen Curry, the ankle injury. He's the best three-point shooter of arguably all time now. John Wall went through his injury phase. He became a better shooter. Kyrie Irving became a better shooter out of his injuries. That's what you do when you can't walk. You just do spot-up jumpers. Derrick Rose, where's the jumper, man? We want to see it this season, but enough of the talk about Derrick Rose. He's a bum. He's someone that. He's a yada yada. I don't want to hear it. The guy averages 18 points per game with 4 assists and 4 rebounds, and he is top 5 in field goal percentage for point guards. Top 5 in field goal percentage for point guards. Now let's think about it. If he was never injury prone or faced the injuries that he did face, he would absolutely no doubt be offered a max deal. So stop with all the talk saying he's washed. And according to my sources, aka ESPN, he will meet with the LA Clippers this morning. Now with Chris Paul leaving to the Houston Rockets and joining the Beard James Harden. Derrick Rose might be a good fit in LA with all these deals that the great Jerry West is making for the Clippers to keep them relevant in the Western Conference. LA signed Delano Gallinari. Blake Griffin re-signed. You still have DeAndre Jordan. You still have Austin Rivers. You don't have JJ Redick anymore. But if I'm a Derrick Rose, LA is a great city to play for, especially coming from major big markets and cities such as Chicago or New York. When you go to Milwaukee, what is there much to do in Milwaukee? I mean, I don't want the Milwaukee goons coming after me, but I don't think there's much to do in Milwaukee. There's not. So I think Derrick Rose somehow, or maybe if he can get this deal with the Clippers, that would be the best deal for him. I am still a Derrick Rose fan, people. I'm a big fan. I have a big frame of him dunking in his rookie year with his signature on the picture and his name saying Rookie of the Year in all gold at the bottom. I still have it. I'm saving it. Maybe if he would have never been gotten injured, it would have been worth something now. But maybe it will be in the years to come. Maybe give it to my kids. Who knows? So let's just end that Derrick Rose nose. Let's end the Derrick Rose nose, man. Let's end the Derrick Rose news for today, people. Be posted to see which team Derrick Rose will eventually sign to. But let's get to the honorable mentions of today. Toronto could be looking to dump DeMarre Carroll's contract for some cash, so the Raptors can ultimately pick up a little bit more better role players now, a little bit more three-point shooters, which they needed. They needed three-point shooting last year. They couldn't even beat the Cavs one game. That's why they didn't have enough three-point arsenals and shooters. They lost PJ Tucker, a good two-way player who can defend on an elite level sometimes. They lost Patrick Patterson. He signed a 3-year deal with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now OKC is getting stung by the minute. They signed Paul George. And you have the MVP, Russell Westbrook. The only thing they are missing now, since they signed a Patrick Peterson, who's a power forward who can give you the range or the stretch power forward. He can spot up from 3. He can shoot a mid-range, and he can take you off the dribble. I think signing him to a 3-year deal worth $16 million was a robbery. It's a highway robbery. I believe Patrick Patterson, when he wants to play, he's a top 15 power forward in this league. That's my personal opinion. When you get a guy like that, you're not even paying him $6 million per year. I think that's a wonderful, absolutely smart, great idea for the GM, for the OKC Thunder, and for Russell Westbrook. He gets a lot of pressure taken off of him this season. I'm happy for him. Now to go on with some more honorable mentions of today before in conclusion. The Suns are still looking to deal Tyson Chandler or Brandon Knight. The Suns are looking to just wash this roster away. They still have Eric Bledsoe, who's injury prone. He's played last season a good amount. They still have Devin Booker, the guy who put up 70. So this team of the Suns, they're young, but they are aggressive. So I think that this Suns team, I don't know what they need. They just got the the fourth pick, Josh Jackson. Some people say he was the best in the draft. I don't see this Suns team really being great. I think they should fire the coach ultimately. He's too young. He doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing out there. I don't know. I could be wrong, but hey. And Cleveland, when is Cleveland going to make some moves, dude? You lost the NBA Finals. What are you doing just standing there stagnant? You signed a 35-year-old Jose Calderon to 1 year. That's what Cleveland's doing this offseason. That's what Dan Gilbert, the owner, is doing. You lose a championship 4-1. You only win one games, and the only thing you're doing on this offseason is acquiring Jose Calderon. Cleveland has to be kidding me. I think the only way Danny Gilbert is holding out like this, maybe he talked to LeBron. Maybe LeBron talked to his best friend, Carmelo Anthony, who has a no-trade clause in his contract. Maybe he told Carmelo, hey, buddy, you want to go to Cleveland? Hell yeah, I want to go to Cleveland, LeBron. Okay. Well, let's just wait. Let's go ahead and just wait for this NBA free agency to die down, all the talks, all the negotiation, all the trades and the transaction, the triple T's. Let's wait for it to die down. After that dies down, let's get you a trade to Cleveland. Cleveland has been in talks with Houston to deal shooting guard Iman Shumpert to clear up some cap room. Maybe they can keep Kevin Love and Carmelo and Kyrie and LeBron. Man, oh man, I tell you, would that be a great team? That would be the perfect team in the finals. People will want to see a trilogy. If you don't know what a trilogy is, it's the fourth meeting. Because a third meeting is called a trilogy. We're calling a trilogy for the Golden State Warriors and the Cavs to face off for the fourth time. I think it's still going to happen even if they don't sign Carmelo. But that's out the way. Carmelo, make up your damn mind, dude. I am tired of seeing you in a Knicks jersey. Why are you still with the New York Knicks? The general manager was laughing at your workout video. But hey, I'm not Carmelo. I'm not 32. I'm not a millionaire. I'm just a guy who's covering this guy's situation. Now, Marc Gasol has been reportedly been in talks with the Boston Celtics in a trade for the veteran center. I don't think Danny Ainge should make this trade happen. I think they should stay with the team they are currently with now. If you add a veteran such as Marc Gasol, it can shift the whole organization, meeting Isaiah Thomas, Jason Tatum, Gordon Hayward. You're going to have too many guys that want the ball in their hands now. So I don't think that Marc Gasol would be a great fit. I'm liking these young guys at the Celtics. I think they should stay young. I don't think you add a veteran point guard now. The oldest guy needs to be on the team is Gordon Hayward, which is 27. I think that's the oldest guy that should be on the team. And he's still in his prime. He's not even old. He's 27. But again, to move on with these news, Dion Waiters agreed to a 4-year, $52 million deal with the Pat Riley organization. You heard me? The Miami Heat. I'm glad for him. I'm glad for Pat Riley. Dion Waiters averaged 16 points per game and 3 rebounds and 4 assists. And most people say Dion Waiters had a great year. People's going around thinking Dion Waiters averaged 20 points, but he only averaged 16. Point guard Derrick Rose averaged 18, 2 more points. But people saying Dion Waiters had a great year because he made some great clutch shots against the Warriors, against the Cavs, and against other teams. Deion Waiters is a clutch player. I'm glad for the Miami Heat organization. They have some grittiness, some gutter in their team. With Eric Spoelstra still being one of the best coaches, I think a top 5 coach in the NBA. He's definitely underrated. I think that this Miami Heat team is on the rise. Maybe they don't make the playoffs. If they do, they get eliminated in the first round. But I think this Heat team is going to be 2 or 3 years down the line where they can really start rebuilding and maybe win a round or two. But still staying with the Miami Heat, Chris Bosh has been officially waived by the Miami Heat. Congratulations to the Bosh family. He's ultimately a free agent now. He still wants to play basketball. I wouldn't sign him if I'm a team. He can drop dead at any moment. He's suffering from blood clots. Woo, I would not want to deal with that if I'm a team. But I think Chris Bosh should ultimately retire. Pat Riley said he would retire the number 1 jersey for the Miami Heat organization, meaning Chris Bosh's jersey will someday be in the wrappers of the Miami Heat organization. But for now, no one is allowed to wear the number 1 Heat in the Miami Heat. I respect Pat Riley for that. Chris Bosh has been underrated. I remember when people were saying Kevin Love was better than Chris Bosh. No. Shout out to Chris Bosh and his health. Hopefully he feels better. Hopefully maybe that can somehow work out where he can return to the NBA in the best condition, better than he was before. Hey, maybe that can happen, man. But in all conclusion, the last message I have for you, Nick Young signs a deal with the Warriors for $5.2 million. Congratulations to the Golden State Warriors. And always being hungry, always looking to better your team, dude. Last year, they won 73 games. And guess what? They added Kevin Durant. Like Cleveland was looking breezy, easy cover girl over the summer. Danny Gilbert didn't do anything. Even though they barely won a 1-possession game over the Warriors the year before. And Kevin Love still didn't show up. So he decided to keep Kevin Love, and he doesn't show up this year. And you still have him. So when is Danny Gilbert going to make a move for Kevin Love? If you keep Kevin Love, you need to get another star player, dude. This needs to be a big 4, if not a big 3 without Kevin Love. That's what needs to be happening. I don't know why he decided to keep Kevin Love. I don't know why I'm rambling on the Cavs. But Nick Young, congratulations to the Young family, his son. They're going to be moving out to the Bay. Iggy, hey. This is your time, girl. Show up. Maybe you can become a champion too, because this is what Nick Young is going to do. He's going to become a champion next year if the Cleveland Cavaliers decide they're not going to do anything, which I don't think they will. But Nick Young will be a first-time champion next year, this time, July 5th of 2018. You heard it first, people. This is All Sports Talk. This is your host with the most NBA guru himself that talks every day about nothing but all sports. I'm out.